Hey guys!
Hey!
Welcome back to the 909. I'm your host Julia.
And I'm Sophia.
And we'll just get right into it.
Right in.
Okay, so we're gonna get into catching up right now.
This is just what me and Juliet have been up to recently.
And we want to touch on it.
Yeah. So a couple of nights ago, we went out with our friends Martin and Adam. We went to the bars and we got margaritas and chips, and it was super fun. And then we decided to go to the gay club. And it was me and Juliet's first time ever going to a gay club, and it was quite an interesting experience.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
It was fun. My only qualm, I guess, or issue, I just really don't like how there's people.
Gay people.
No, not
Sorry,
that.
I'm just kidding.
No.
We're allies.
No, I don't like that there was people on the sides just watching.
Yeah,
why are you there by yourself is my issue.
Having fun.
Yeah.
And then you get out of the moment for just a second and you realize that there's 4 middle-aged dudes just standing on the wall watching everyone in there. And I know we're probably not who they were watching in there, but still it's that should be a space for
a safe place.
Yeah, for the young people to go and have fun with their friends.
Someone told me too, which I didn't know this, that it was an 18+ club.
Is it?
Apparently, which makes it even more weird if that's true.
Yeah, that's those are little kids.
Anyway, I mean those are little kids clubbing and drinking. No, that's not what it is. It's just sus AF. Okay, if you're older and going to an 18+ club, why are you doing that?
No, seriously.
I think it makes more sense if you're in your early 20s, but if you're
going to there to meet people your age,
you're
fine
sense.
And valid.
Yeah.
If you're an old person who's going there to meet 18-year-olds, you need to seek help.
Which is what the vibe I was getting.
It was a little concerning.
So the bar we went to before, it was really fun. Honestly, was it in it was in Upland, I think. It was in Upland.
I don't remember what it's called.
But
it was cute. They had vintage Tiffany lights. They had
That's what I liked
shots.
about it. Yeah.
Some random dude bought Juliet and Martin a shot.
And it we didn't even have to talk to him. He was just you want one? And I'm like, yes.
And then she took it and then she walked away.
I walked right away. And it wasn't even a use and abuse situation. It was literally just he was you guys want one? And we're yes, we do.
Matter of fact, we do. Yeah. That one was fun. That one was cool, actually.
It was cool. I like that everyone minded their own business.
Yeah.
Everyone was just there, with whoever they were there with, and they weren't, trying to be all,
And we just got to dance and drink our tequila sunrises and
have a good time. Yeah. That was fun. That weekend that we're discussing right now, it was a long weekend, because I had went out that night with her, and then the next night I went out with my friend in Santa Monica.
That was the next night?
Yeah.
Wait, why didn't I realize
Dude, that's why I was you want to go out?
Oh, wait, no, I didn't.
Yes, it was the next night.
Oh my gosh.
And
I just didn't process that in my brain.
Dude, neither did I. So brave, I had to pretend, okay? And so we went to this club in Santa Monica, and we stayed over in Santa Monica, and it was pretty there, but we only went there in the evening time because I had work and stuff. But basically my friend and I, we got ready together, and we just were listening to music in the hotel and catching up, and it was really fun. I don't see her every week, obviously, because she doesn't live here, but when I do hang out with her, it's really fun.
Yeah.
And so we're okay, she's been wanting to go here, and I'm okay, down, because when you look up the photos, it looks really pretty there.
Yeah, the way you described it made it seem
it seemed fun.
Really
basically
cool, yeah.
There's 3 floors of this place, and it looks like a it's called the Victorian, so I guess just make up your own picture in your head or something. But it's a house, a big house, and there's 3 stories, the first floor, a basement, and a top floor, and each floor plays different music, and it sounds really cool.
Sounds really fun,
yeah, it sounds cool, and I was really excited to go. But first of all, the night just started off kind of wonky, I guess, because as we were ordering the Uber, there was a lot of police outside. I guess there was I don't know if it was like a shooting or like what at this like apartment complex right next to the hotel.
Yeah, Juliet ordered an Uber in an active crime
Dude,
scene.
I literally, it was an accident though. Like I ordered the Uber and I'm like, oh, like the Uber should pick us up on the corner of the street. Like that's the easiest to hop into and we could just walk right there. And I was getting something for my car, so I didn't notice that all this stuff was happening. So then when we were done grabbing the things from my car, I'm like, okay, let's go to the Uber now. Like we're walking there and there's literally like 20 cop cars. They're starting to close the streets off. There's like a fire truck, an ambulance, and like then there's like those people that always like speculate like on those scenes, and they were walking up, but I'm like, I don't think this is safe. Like they're literally like the cops were there and they had like their big guns, and I'm
really?
like, and we're standing behind their cars, and I'm like, wait,
Juliet, wait, you didn't tell me that they were like barricading themselves.
Dude, I was like, wait, like what's going on?
In my head, they were just like standing out.
No,
there.
They were all crouching behind their cars.
Oh my god!
And so I'm like, what is going on? Like, how am I supposed to get to my Uber? No, not even saying it like that because I don't want to sound like I wasn't aware of the situation.
No, yeah.
Like I had to call the Uber and was like, hey, I don't think, like, we can't be picked up here, okay? Basically, like, this is not safe. So we have to walk like to another area where this isn't happening. And we finally get into our Uber and like, okay, thank goodness everyone's okay, blah blah blah. And we go to the club. And it's really like everyone there was like young, like early 20s, like right. Around our age, I feel like. Yeah. And so we go into the club and we get our drinks. These drinks were so expensive. Why was it like $55 for 2 tequila sunrises?
That's wild.
Like robbery. What? And it wasn't even good.
Get away with it.
I guess so, yeah. But it was kind of ridiculous. And like the cups they put it in were literally like a plastic cup with the lid. I was like, the lid is giving me the ick. Like, why is there a lid on this cup? But I guess for safety reasons.
Yeah.
More than one safety reason. Anyway, so whatever. We're like just scoping out what floor we want to like listen to music on. And I was vibing with the top floor because it was more like rap, R&B, and then the first floor was like pop, and the basement was like EDM or like house music, which is fun. But everyone down there seemed like they had been there a while. Like it wasn't like the vibe. So we went upstairs, and I just felt like every interaction we had was so weird. Like I don't like how people felt like they could just like come up to us, like, you know. And I'm like, maybe that is the vibe of the club, but I don't really think so. Like, whenever I've gone out with my friends, it's just been, like, friends. Like, there hasn't been, like, people being weird, you know?
Yeah.
But I think also, too, I had never gone out with just one girlfriend.
Yeah,
so I think that's what it was, because I felt like just time after time, like, this entire night, it just felt like I just felt uncomfortable, you know? But I did have fun with her. Like, we had fun. But I just felt like those types of interactions wouldn't have happened maybe if we were like A, with more girlfriends, or B, like there was just variety in our group, you know. And so, and also maybe it was just a place, like I don't really know, because I'm like too. I feel like if we were to go out somewhere else, like it wouldn't be like this. But I think my lesson
to try it to find out.
Yeah, I guess so. My lesson to take away from that is to not go out with just one girl, you know, like
unless you want to get hit on, but obviously you don't. So
but it wasn't even like I feel like if you're going somewhere to dance and have a drink, it's not like why would someone feel the need, like, you know. And especially if you say like, please leave me alone.
Yeah, literally.
Like, you know, like I felt like I said that multiple times, and then like I don't know, I just
sorry.
No, it was fine. Like I'm not like, oh, poor me, like I had fun, but like,
no, it's just more like the audacity.
The audacity is what it was, yeah. And so then whatever, we went back to the hotel, and I accidentally ordered the Uber to the wrong hotel. And it's, again, all of these instances are sounding like, Juliet, use your head. But it's like, dude, it's not my fault that the hotels have the exact same names. They had the same name. And so when I ordered it and we got there, I was like, friend, I don't think this is the right hotel. Like, we are not, like, I'm like, oh, where's this room? And he's like, we don't even have that type of number here. I'm like, oh, like,
you're like, then where am I?
Where am I then? So then we ordered the Uber to the right place. But I was just like, this is just the type of night that we had, okay? Like, every little instance was just, like, funny. It was definitely for the memes. It was fun, and I had a good time with her catching up.
And it was a learning experience.
Yeah. But we did have fun, and, yeah, lesson learned. a couple lessons learned.
Do you think you'd ever go back to that club?
I would never go back to that club. It felt like glorified frat house.
Oh, gross.
Like it felt like post-grad frat house.
Ew, I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. So no, I wouldn't go back. But that doesn't mean I didn't have fun with my friend, okay?
Yeah.
So anyway.
So that's us catching up. And that kind of brings me right to my 411.
What is the 411? What is the hot gossip? What are you guys listening to? What's the cool jam?
Okay.
Which was my frat wedding experience that I had. So last weekend, 420 weekend, I went to visit my friend in San Marcos. And when I get there, I'm informed, hey, get ready, we're going to a frat party. And I did not bring any party clothes, so I go in a tank top and a jeans.
Your outfit looked cute though. I liked
my outfit.
She looked very cute.
Liked my outfit.
She's acting like she was wearing like not appropriate.
But I didn't know that it was going to be a frat wedding either. So I just thought it was a frat party. So I get there and it's a frat wedding.
Oh, you have to dress for the occasion.
Everyone's in like their like homecoming vibe dresses and their tacky little suits. And so I attended a frat wedding, and it really was so interesting from like an anthropological perspective. I was like, I could write an essay about this. There's such an interesting culture here, you know?
Yeah, I've always wanted to like go to one, but
it was quite an experience.
It sounds fun.
There was a dude in a Party City priest costume officiating.
I'd want to be the
and he had a handle and was taking pulls the entire time. And it was on 420, so everyone walked down the aisle with their joints in their hands or tucked behind their ear, playing whatever trap song they came up with a little routine for. And they said their vows, which were kind of cute.
She told me that the couple that was getting married was actually like a real couple.
They were, yeah.
So I was like, were these vows like how real were they, or was it a joke? Like I can't.
It was a joke. It was like, I hope our relationship lasts longer than you last in bed.
Oh, that's
like
funny. They took
your dick is small, but my love for you is big. That kind of stuff. It was interesting. It's not a culture I'm a part of, so it was very fun to observe.
Yeah.
It was quite a spectacle.
That's funny.
But if you have the chance to go to a frat wedding, I say do it. You could have good source material if you want to do a research paper about it.
That or just good conversation material, because that's funny.
Yeah, you're not really going to have good conversation with anyone there because they were drinking all day before we got there. But it was fun.
This was the after party?
Mm-hmm. No, we got there for the ceremony.
Okay.
And then we stayed after.
That's
but
fun.
we left at like 8 o'clock at night and we were sloshed by that point.
Really? Oh, so it was like a later afternoon.
Yeah, it was a late.
Interesting.
It was a late afternoon wedding.
Oh,
spring wedding with a view.
Very cute. I love that.
The house I was at was actually really nice too.
That's cute. So it
those vibes, yeah.
That's so fun. I always see like those, or I used to see them on TikTok a lot, and they're just funny.
Yeah,
like, they're silly.
And I think if I had been one of their friends or a member of the sorority or frat or something, it would have been like the best night of my entire life, you know? But I was a friend of a friend going, you know?
Yeah, so it wasn't like people you're like associated with.
Exactly.
Okay, I feel that. I feel like it's more fun when you know the people.
Totally.
But it's funny to observe.
But it was funny to observe for sure. Okay, another thing that happened recently in my life, we were having a group discussion in my anthropology class about all the subjects we'd gone over recently. And when we got to talking about gender and sexuality, one of the dudes in my group was saying that he wants to return to nature and to have men be dominant in society again. And talking about like how the men have to impress the women, but then they take care of them and that kind of stuff, and the women take care of the babies. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't realize people still held those kind of thoughts.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Wait, how does that even come up from that conversation? He was just waiting to say that.
No, seriously,
he's like,
weighing heavy on his chest.
I'm glad you bring it up.
No.
I'm glad you bring it up. And you know what? Misogyny is what I like to talk about. I hate that.
No, it was literally, it kind of hardly went with the question either. It was like, how do you perform your gender, you know? And he was like, here's how women should be behaving. They should be bowing down to me as a man, the way nature said it should be.
No.
It was insane.
I can't.
And it was like, actually, I'd like my value to be in a little bit more than how many babies I could have. Thank you so much, though.
Like, so missed the
And
mark.
also, if you look at a lot of animals, like, men aren't the dominant ones. Like, it's the women that run things there.
They think
like,
they
with
are.
lions, it's the pride of women, and they choose which men can come and go, and they choose, like,
girls,
it's not
girls
men
run
being
the
dominant.
world, basically.
Yeah,
okay?
they just look like they're in charge because they have more hair, bigger feathers, you know?
Yeah. But the ladies run the show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So know your nature before you try and tell me how to go back to it, you know? It was weird.
That is weird. I don't like that. But it's kind of funny. It's like he thought he ate, and everyone there probably was like, this is 2024.
And the other dude, it was like me and 3 gay girls and one dude who didn't say a single word for the entire discussion. So it was like, you're out.
It's like you are literally in the wrong crowd.
Yeah, literally,
like, watch
like,
yourself.
we're not going to agree with you, and we're also going to tell you that you sound dumb to your face, you know?
That's so silly. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple things, like, to update on, I guess. So, the hot goss was kind of like the going out story. I think that was kind of like a little hot goss. But the 411 is like, I had to take care of my sister's dog for a week. And I was like, okay, I need to bond with this dog, because for this entire time that she's had it, I haven't really, like, I just didn't really care for the dog. You know, like, I felt like I liked the way our house was, and then this dog came in, it kind of, like, changed a lot of things, you know, and I just didn't care for it. And so I felt like this was a good opportunity for me to bond with her dog. So I was like, okay, yeah, like, I'll watch her dog. And it was literally for a week, like, just me and this dog, like this, okay? Like, no one else was there. It was literally just me and this dog, and then my other dog, which she's chill. She knows how to, she's self-sufficient, you know? Like, the only thing she needs is food, okay? And, like, a little pet and, like, a good girl, you know? But she doesn't need a lot.
But you and Noah can coexist.
We can coexist. And me and this other dog, like, she requires, like, a lot, I feel like. But honestly, she was way more low maintenance than I thought. But
maybe
anyway,
she's just high maintenance when your sister.
I just felt like every time I was not home, I was worried about my children. Like, I was so concerned about the dog. Yes, and this dog, this puppy kept me up all night. Like, the first night with her was so smooth. Like, she fell asleep, I got my sleep, she got her sleep, she didn't wake me up. And then the second night, I think she realized that it was just, like, her and I. And, like, she was barking up a storm all night. I, like, got no sleep. I only got, like, 2 or 3 hours of sleep max, and it wasn't good. And I had, like, the busiest day the next day. So, anyway, saying all that, like, none of that really matters, except what I took from this whole situation is that I'm really not ready for, like, for something like that, you know? Like, I'm not ready to have my own dog, not ready to have, like, a baby, or, like, take care of something like that, you know?
To be responsible
for anything, yeah. Except, like, well, obviously I care about my friends and my family, but, like solely, like, taking care of one. And that was, like, that sounds so silly. Like, taking care of a dog is not that hard. Like, you know?
Right, but it was a revelation for you.
Yeah, okay, like,
sure, you can handle it, but do you want
Yes,
to,
that's what it is. Like, I could hang. Don't worry. I took care of the dog.
She didn't neglect the dog.
I didn't neglect the dog. The dog and I actually got closer, and I feel, like, better towards this puppy. Okay, good. And, like, I love her a lot now. But, yeah, I don't know. That's what I realized from that. So that's my only, like, update, I feel like. Which I feel like I already knew, but this just really set that in stone for me. Yeah. Also, sorry for the lighting. And maybe the wind noise. I don't know if there is any, but what I like to say is what was I saying? Low production quality, high vibes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Plus, it's beautiful out, and me and Juliet are enjoying
the
day,
weather.
So
it feels so nice out. Anyway,
maybe we could get into the topic of the
episode. Okay, so the episode, if you didn't already like read the title and description, it's lure versus lore. Okay, and I seem to get that confused a lot when I'm talking. I'm like, oh, it's part of the lure. Like, wait, is it lure or lore? You know? Okay, so basically, we're gonna be talking about the lure and lore of like us, and then the lure and lore of 909. So
explain the difference between them real quick.
Okay, yeah. So the difference between, let me just pull, I wrote down the dictionary definition, okay, and then also the urban dictionary definition, so you would really get like the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so lure, like Lure, is something that tempts us or is used to tempt an animal into doing something. That's like the dictionary.
A lure
vibe. Exactly. And then like, so that's the dictionary. And then the urban dictionary, I guess you could say, is anything that attracts, like entices, allure. 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 Yeah. Okay. So I guess it's basically like what draws someone into you or draws someone into something is the lure. Okay. And then lore, Lore, is a body of traditions or knowledge on a subject held by a particular group, typically passed from person to person by word of mouth. That's like a long definition. The more like simpler definition is any somewhat intriguing little known information about someone. So basically like it's like backstory. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like niche information that not a lot of people know. Okay, but it like pertains to your story. Mm-hmm. Okay? If that makes sense. Hopefully it does.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so first we'll talk about like our individual lures.
Okay.
Lures.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, you
start. So what attracts someone to you, or like what draws someone
into you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you first.
Me first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. This topic, I will say, was a little bit hard for me because I'm just like, I don't know, you tell me what my lure is, you know?
I think you have a lot.
Hey, thanks, dude.
Obviously.
But, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm a funny person. I feel like I'm easy to talk to, and that my humor is present in just, like, my normal interactions with people.
Like, it's not so forced.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel like, yeah, it makes people comfortable when I talk to them because I'm immediately comfortable and, like, cracking jokes and being lighthearted. So I think that's a little bit of my lure. I also think I have a pretty banging taste in music.
I think you have a niche taste in music, you know?
A little bit. Maybe it's just, like, situational. Maybe if I were in Oregon or something, every Joe walking down the street would have the same taste as me. But I think I have kind of a bit of a unique taste in music, and I think that I can bond with people over that, or, like, I can put people onto that and, like, introduce people to stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's something different about me, maybe.
I agree. I don't think music is one of my lures.
But maybe it is. But like, oh, she likes Lil Yachty. I can totally bond with her over that.
Yeah, I guess like, so. Maybe.
A baddie who likes Yachty. Yeah. Also, what I've heard is that people with a lot of Scorpio placements have an allure to them, and I have 3. I'm a Scorpio Sun, I'm a Scorpio Mercury, and a Scorpio Venus.
What's Mercury?
Mercury is how I communicate.
Okay.
And then Venus is like attraction, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I always said like, oh, I can't stand a Scorpio. But honestly, like...
You said that?
I think I did. I think I just said it to be relatable, though. Like, I don't think I actually think that. Because I think
Scorpios are Capricorn's most compatible signs. So
like, low-key, I love a Scorpio.
Yeah, you better.
I'm so sorry.
You also have a Scorpio rising.
I have a lot of Scorpio in me, which is kind of, like, not embarrassing, but it's just, like...
It's not something you would expect.
It's not something you would expect from me. Honestly, I wish I had more Sagittarius.
I do too.
And do I ever give that to you or no? Because I wish I did.
Not too much.
It's okay.
I love you though.
That's so funny. Kind of.
Sagittariuses are kind of nuts though. So
only some of them.
Only some of them.
Only some.
Yeah, I only know boy Sagittarius though. So
okay. I just feel like boy or girl, Sagittarius are so like
they're fun,
self-confident.
Their vibes,
you know, and like they don't need to depend on people.
Yeah,
which I really like. I like that.
Yeah.
You know.
And I don't know how much I buy into astrology anymore, but I do think it's still.
It's funny to talk about. Okay,
and fun to talk
it's fun to talk about. If you don't agree, that's fine.
And it's fun to notice the like synchronicity with your personality, whether it's from astrology or not. Like, it's something that you can relate with and identify with.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Okay, so don't be haters.
Yeah. It might not be like so accurate. Like it might just be someone finding something that relates to them and kind of holding on to it. But I still think it's fun.
And I think it's a good way for people to, like, I don't know, get to know each other, too. Because when someone tells me, oh, yeah, I'm a Taurus, then I know they identify with
those traits.
Yeah. And that means, like, I can make those assumptions about them, too, you know?
Yeah, good or bad, you know?
And obviously you don't only judge someone off of that, but it's a quick little, like, introduction kind of.
An introduction is perfect. Mm-hmm. I think you're so right. And sometimes I feel like it's valid. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Sometimes I think it's a little valid.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's what I feel like my lure
I think you missed one. I think your style is like a huge part of your lure. Like Sophia, like I said in a previous episode, Sophia used to be Visco Queen. Mm-hmm. Okay. Like, and now she's very much like her style is like,
I feel like I've come into my style.
It's more refined or whatever, you know. Like I could tell like the type of girl and person you are by the way you dress.
Thank you.
In the best way. Not like, oh, she's this type of person, but like she's very self-expressive in the way she dresses, and like I feel like that's part
like
of
my style suits me now and represents me in a way that I'm okay with.
Yeah, I feel like you have a set sense of what you'd like to wear, you know, definitely. And I feel like I don't know.
I have like my staple outfits, like my what's it called? Like my default outfits. Like if I were in a video game or a TV show, that would be the outfit that my character would wear every single day.
Oh, totally.
But yeah, I do feel like my style represents me, and that if people like my style, they also are probably assuming things about my personality.
Yeah. I agree
which I'm fine with. Because
all the assumptions would add up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. For my lure, that was also hard for me. I feel like the lure part is more easier.
Yeah.
The lure, I think, is that I don't think I'm a funny person. Like, I'm not, like, jokester, like, so, like, on the fly like she is. Like, I think I'm unintentionally funny. Like, it's just because I'm talking, you know? And it's not, like, an actual joke I made. It's just what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. You just happen to say something funny. Yeah. Or maybe it's just, like, goofy. I don't even know. Like, or not even goofy. Just, like, girl, be for real right now. Like, that type of thing. It's not where I'm, like, okay,
when I said this to make you laugh. Yeah. It's just like I said this and you are laughing now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the way to describe it. So I guess that's like my personality overall. Maybe it's my personality that lures people in, I think. Because I feel like I'm pretty open and like funny.
You're just a sweet person.
Thank you. Yeah. Wow.
You're also gorgeous.
Thank you.
And people are like, oh, I want to go talk to that pretty girl over there, you know? And then you're also nice on top of that.
Oh, which thank you. That's literally how I feel about you.
Oh my gosh.
No, this podcast actually is just us.
You're like, I love you. No, yeah. I love you. Oh my gosh. Let's hold hands.
Yeah. So I think it's my personality, honestly. Like, you know, I'm just so funny and charming.
You are. You're charming, y'all.
Charming. Yeah, you know, that's honestly on my vision board. I want to be more charming. Like, I feel like there's certain people that are just like, wow, like, you're just so stand up. Like, so, like, well-rounded. That's how I want to be. I don't know if that's how I am, but that's how I want to be.
I think you're a pretty well-rounded person.
Thank you. I'm really working on it. It's kind of what I envisioned for my
because you're also very smart and very driven on top of all those things.
Gosh, thank you.
And she goes to the gym. Guys, what can't Juliet do?
A lot of things, but yeah. Let's see here. Okay, and also to like piggyback off of her thing, I think part of my lure is like being a Capricorn. I feel like if you were to first meet me, you would kind of know that that's what I am. Like I feel like I give that, right?
I would say
so. It can also be a downfall though, because like I'm like, I would say I'm very like organized and like things to be like a certain way, you know, and like when sometimes things are out of place, it really like gets to me. But that's also part of the lure, because you know I'm gonna get things done and like do things when I want to do things. Like I'm a go-getter. I feel like if I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. There's not really like a reason not to. Like I don't feel like I like question things. Like I'll just like do them. Like if I see something, I'm gonna go for it, type of thing.
That's a very admirable and enticing quality you have, for sure.
And I think it's like because I'm a Capricorn.
Totally. And that's where I wish I had more earth placements. I'm mostly water over here, and I can't really make decisions to save my life.
Maybe that's why we work so well together.
I would say so.
Us being like, we don't believe in astrology, and then go
like
we're
perfectly balanced.
Water sign.
You pull out the entire
whole
chart.
thing, like the birth chart, the time you were born.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe I know your birth chart better than you do, too.
Yeah. So I think that's like our individual lure. Okay. So now that we covered lure, I think we could cover lore. Okay, the backstory, like what's a niche thing that's pertaining to your backstory that no one knows, but like is a part of your experience, your story. Careful, there's a bee, okay? But it's okay. He's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cute. Okay, I feel like you should go first for this.
Okay, so for my lore, we'll just kind of do recent lore, I guess, because I have a lot of like previous lore, but so does everyone. So my recent lore is that I like transferred schools, and that's part of the story, I guess. Like that was like a monumental time for me. I feel like a lot of things happened and changed about just me in general, from transferring schools and like moving away for a little, I guess. I did have like a sorority girl era, which is part of my lore, I think. I don't know if people would expect that of me or not, but it was something that had to happen, I guess. It was an interesting moment. I don't know. Like it was fun, and like it was what I was expecting a little, but then at the same time I just felt like that the sorority, I don't know, like I just feel like maybe
I feel like you thought it was gonna be more your thing than it
was. I think that's what it is too. Like I think it's because I feel like I'm very like a girl's girl, so I thought this would be like perfect opportunity, like because obviously you're around girls all the time.
Yeah, and you're also very into school.
So, and it was like that just seemed like everything that I would enjoy, but it felt like very much like not girl vibes. Like obviously you were always around girls, but I don't think it was like
building friendship wasn't the focus.
Yeah, really. It didn't feel like it. And maybe it was just because I was already having like personal issues, like just like I just didn't feel like myself, you know. So maybe that's why. But I don't know. It's funny. Like I did the whole 9 yards for that thing, you know. Like I went to all the meetings. I did like the sorority sub. I paid my dues, you know. So I guess that's kind of part of my lore. I think too, it's like I kind of enjoyed it, like because now I know like all the lingo, I guess.
I don't
he went away, I think. I know like all the lingo and the terms, I guess, for that, and like I can understand certain people's experiences with it. Just because like you think you know what they're about, but you really don't. Like you don't know until you're in one. Okay, they're kind of like crazy. Okay.
Yeah, like all my cousins were in sororities, and they made it just sound like a chilled time, and it wasn't until you joined one that I got to hear
like the juicy deets, bro. It's like so not like the movies make it. Okay. Except also is like, is that what you'd even want? Because sometimes the movies make it seem like it's just like.
Also, I feel like those are usually like at bigger schools or in the South. Or
That's
something.
true. That's true. This is like not that type of place. Another part of my lore is I love Little Sunny Angels. Okay, I think all baddies have a Sunny Angel. Like every hot girl I know has a Sunny
I
Angel.
don't have a Sunny Angel.
Okay, well I need to get you one because you just have to have one.
Yeah.
Okay, like they are just the cutest little things, and it's kind of silly because I looked up, I seen this thing on Twitter where it was like Sunny Angels were literally created for girls in their 20s, and I look it up, I'm like, why was Sunny Angel created? And that's literally what it says.
Really?
Yeah,
it's so that you guys could have toys.
Yeah, it's something like that, and I'm like, I am the target audience.
Yeah,
and they got me.
Oh, that's adorable.
It is cute. I'm like, wait, I actually love this. Like, and I guess it's kind of full circle because when I was little, I used to love like Littlest Pet Shop and that type of stuff, and like now that's just not acceptable.
Bring it back. Bring back
ideas. Little Sunny Angels are so cute, and I like them. They're just little cutie little angels. Okay?
They're cute. Yeah, they're definitely your vibe.
They're so my vibe, and I think everyone should have one or a couple. You know, my collection's slowly growing. I got so many for my birthday and Christmas because that's what I wanted. You know?
Well, that's cute then that people can perceive that about you.
Exactly.
Too. Yeah.
Or like if I go to the mall, my boyfriend's like, wait, do you want to go see if there's a Sunny Angel? Like, yes, I do. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see here. Okay, this is part of my lore from when I was a child.
Yeah,
okay,
this lore goes way
back. Okay, this one's just kind of funny. Like, so I used to be a theater kid. I don't know if you know that about me. If it's obvious, I'm not anymore. I do enjoy theatrical performances, but I am not like, I don't know every musical or lines from plays, like not like that. But when I was little, like 5 to 10, I was like involved in little plays, like at the community theater. It's actually in Chino, so obviously if you live there, you probably know about it. It was really fun at the time, but I would say like I was always cast as little like random roles. So yeah,
you weren't the star of the show. What?
Dude, maybe I was. I think I kind of ate it up. Yeah. I was like a little flower in this play Thumbelina. That was actually my first role, like ever.
Her breakout role.
Yeah, the flower in Thumbelina. So if you saw it, like you saw my first acting role.
Wow.
But the funniest one to me was I was a dancing napkin in Beauty and the Beast. Okay. And this is just like so funny to me. Like I remember getting dressed and like
I need a picture of that immediately.
Dude,
Juliet.
It's just funny. Like me getting dressed and wrapping that, like, you know how napkins have those like the fancy bow ties around them? Like that was around my waist. Like I was a dancing napkin, and it was so funny. Like that obviously was like not a big part of the show, but it was just funny. Like that's part of the story. I think it's funny.
And that's why Juliet has an appreciation for a finely set table now.
That, and also I appreciate acting. Like,
exactly.
Acting takes a lot.
The arts, yeah.
The arts, you know, like I can understand.
As a thespian,
like I get why Zendaya goes through what she goes through.
The Zendaya of Chino right here, guys.
I'm totally kidding.
I'm not. I'm dead serious.
That's funny.
You're talented.
That's
kind of how I still see you in my head a little bit.
Like
when I first met Juliet, she was a little 7th grader who sang Shrek the Musical.
Oh, I loved Shrek the Musical. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's because my oldest sister loves Shrek the Musical, and she kind of like would always put that on whoever she was around in the best way. If you're listening to the sister, like that is a compliment.
No, totally.
Okay. It was really
it's
fun.
One of my fondest memories. I love that about you. That
it's fun. I love that musical.
You like theater.
I do, okay? Like it's fine. It's fine. It's not anything to be ashamed of.
Yeah, actually no hate to theater kids anymore, guys. It's tired, it's played out.
I know, I don't understand that. Like every group has their own thing. Like, okay, a theater kid, a band kid, like an ASB kid. Everything.
Let people have their hobbies.
Yes, like it's fine.
Be involved in
I'm sick of people yucking people's yum.
Yep.
Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay?
And so what if they're a little weird? They're having fun.
I think everyone has their own weirdness.
Yeah, and they
too,
probably
like,
think you're weird too.
Exactly. So it's it's not that serious. It never was that serious.
Exactly.
So that's my lore. I probably have more, but that's just what I could think of on the fly.
On the fly.
Yeah. What about yours?
I love your lore.
Thank you. I like
Let's
yours
get
too.
into my lore. When I sent Juliet the list of my lore, she was like, "What?" Because it just says hubcap.
No, I was laughing because I know what that is. I get it. Like, I was reading what she said, that, like, okay, funny, and then it said hubcap, and I was like, you're so funny.
So we'll get to that one first. So I'm notoriously a bit of a reckless driver, and I've been known to hit a curb or two in my lifetime, and I just lost my third hubcap from the same wheel.
Wait, do you have all 4 hubcaps?
No. There's one in the back of my car right now. The other 2 are lost. They're gone.
The mystery of Sophia's hubcaps, dude.
Yeah, but the first time I lost a hubcap, I convinced my friend that it was stolen. Even though it was just from hitting a curb and then it fell off while I was on the freeway. To this day,
someone stealing a hubcap is crazy.
To this day, she thinks that it was stolen. So if you're watching this right now, Amanda, I hate to break it to you, but I lost
she just
that.
drives
it wasn't
poorly
stolen.
sometimes.
But I do have bad luck, so that is something that would happen to me. But no,
getting it stolen.
Yeah. So I've lost 3 hubcaps in my life. Juliet was with me for the last one.
It was so funny.
It was bad.
Dude, I was like, ain't no way you just did that, dude. We were making a turn, and this curve was like a way higher curve than normal. And
I couldn't tell, though. And she just goes, "Oh, you turn here." And so I panicked. And
she turned right away. I'm like, dude, that's not the entrance.
And not at the entrance.
And right when she did that, it made a really loud noise.
Really
and
loud. I was like, oh she's done for. My car's never going to drive again.
But it was just the hubcap.
It was just the hubcap.
And she got a little dented. No, you know what you need to do so you don't like lose them anymore? You
tape them on there.
Okay, that. But there's a lot of precautions you could take. Okay, you could tape them on there, get an air tag, and tape the air tag to them on the inside. Or you'd have to get like 4 air tags though, so that's not really realistic.
Well, I've only ever lost the one hubcap too.
Imagine on your like Find My Friends, it's like I'm getting my hubcap too. Okay.
You can never be too safe.
But I think the smartest thing to do would be like to write like Sharpie return to Sophia Janal, so and then like your phone number.
Guys, it's urgent. I think I've bought all the replacement hubcaps for Nissan Versas out there, you know.
Like, do they even make them anymore right
I don't think so. My dad found them on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't know if there are any out there anymore, you know.
That's
so
funny.
if anyone knows where my other 2 missing hubcaps are, please.
That's why you need to write your name on them, because how's someone gonna know that it's yours if you don't have your name on it?
That's true.
Okay.
Intuition. Anyway, so that's my hubcap lore.
When you lost one in Redlands, like I don't think it's.
No, that's the one that's in my car.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that I didn't completely lose.
That one's just in the back seat.
Yeah. The other 2 are on some freeway somewhere, though.
Oh yeah, once it's on the freeway,
maybe they'll find their way back to me.
That's funny.
Okay, what else? I have petty crime written down, which is actually too vague. I just went through a really bad klepto phase in high school.
What's klepto?
Stealing.
Oh, I think I get it out.
Yeah. It's stealing for.
So you committed petty crime?
I did.
What does that mean?
It's just like minor crimes that
don't make like they're not really like that.
It's not like shooting someone or robbing a bank or anything.
It's just like minor,
like vandalism, like
Wait, this is literally gonna be like your confession.
I was like 15 to 16 to 19, I would say.
So like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, okay?
Basically, all of my teenage years. I was a little bit of a klepto, and I would not leave a big chain store without a little free treat for myself.
I think she was trying to be Robin Hood, but like it just didn't turn out
really
that way.
Yeah, it was the anti-capitalist in me who was like, you know what, Target doesn't need this $5 lipstick, but I do. And if it fits in my pocket, then
it's crazy.
It's gonna stay in my pocket for free $99. So yeah, I went through a bit of a klepto phase, and
that's a confession.
When I went to
it was all underage though, so you can't be like
exactly. Plus the statute of limitation, maybe it's up by now. They can't try me for that anymore.
Exactly. I don't know how crimes work because
me either. I'm just using the lingo I've heard on TV.
Okay. You sound really educated in this topic.
But Target doesn't come after people until they've stolen like over $100 worth of stuff anyway. So I don't know if I've even reached that yet, you know?
She's never stolen anything in her life, okay?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent of everything I just said. I made it all up. It's a joke.
Okay. But she's over that now too.
Yeah.
She's an adult now.
I'll either pay for it or I don't really need it to begin with.
That's a really good way to look at things.
Yeah, so I've actually reduced my consumption by a lot. So I'm not going to pay for that.
I'm so glad that you've come to that.
Thank you.
That's funny.
That's me maturing. I also went to a different college my freshman year than I go to now. And while I was there, me and my roommates got into a lot of shenanigans. And I also think we experienced a bit of spiritual psychosis.
What's that?
You actually go crazy and think that like something spiritual is happening to you a little bit.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
Because we were all convinced that we were getting prophecy dreams from Danny DeVito. Because oh yeah, that's a big part of my lore. I have the same birthday as Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah.
And it started as a joke where I'd be like, yeah, me and Danny are kindred spirits. We have a soul connection, you know. And
who started that story? I bet you it was Amanda.
A little bit, but also I was the one who told her, and she's like, that's amazing.
That's so
and then
she's like, yes, I've actually been experiencing that.
Yeah, literally. And then they got me a cardboard cutout of him for my birthday.
Life size. Not very big. You guys know him.
No. He's very little guy. Yeah, we have that in common. But we would start asking it questions. And we just
you'd ask the cardboard cutout?
Yeah, and then we'd throw a ball at it. And depending on where the ball landed was the answer to the question. And it was mildly a joke, but we also
like you could literally control that. Like you
literally,
girl.
No, literally.
That's so funny.
It was just so that we could tell ourselves what we wanted to hear, but we were like, no, it's Danny. Danny told us that X, Y, and Z is gonna happen, and Danny sent me a prophecy dream last night, and like that's the kind of stuff
that's funny
that was in our everyday conversation. So that's a little bit of lore. I don't believe that he sends me psychic messages anymore, though, so I think I'm cured of that. But if he wants to, he totally can.
Like, Danny, if you're listening right now.
Danny, if you're listening.
Send us a message. Just kidding.
Okay, last bit of my lore. I've been semi-Pinterest famous since I was 12 years old.
That's literally such a flex.
I know, that's something that I don't even tell people either, but currently I have like almost 300,000 followers on Pinterest.
Wow.
And it's not even mostly my pictures. It's just stuff I repin or have like got from other people. But when I have uploaded some of my own pictures, they've gone pretty popular.
Sophia, like I said, Sophia takes the coolest photos, and her little camera looks like a Pinterest board. So it would make sense to me. Like, she's constantly
a lot of time on Pinterest.
Yes, I think, what do you call it? Chronically out of sorts.
Oh yeah, I am chronically out of sorts.
Because of her photos. It's a real life thing. Like, she constantly never has space for photos, but it's because she always has the cutest little photos.
If I see something cute, I'm gonna take a picture of it. But I am on like my 4th Pinterest account because I got logged out of all my other ones.
Yeah. And she's still Pinterest famous.
The one that I had when I was like 14 had 1 million followers on it.
That's crazy.
And it was all pictures that I would upload and edit Do you remember that one filter that that iPhone used to offer that made everything like sad beige baby vibes?
Yeah.
That's what that entire Pinterest board was. Everything was like brown and black and white.
That's cute.
Like,
oh, that's kind of cute.
Minimalist.
You have like
French
a little like
vibes.
Online journal of.
Yeah, you can see different phases of what I thought was cool if you like find a way to access my old Pinterest.
Oh, definitely. Even like that shared Pinterest board that we had like in high school where it was like, what was it called? The blueprint.
Oh, the blueprint. Yeah.
Dude, so cringy looking back, but that was a moment.
In the moment, it was really.
It was cute. So cute and so cool.
And I feel like Pinterest is the most underrated platform out
there. It is. I love it.
And I think the
it's a safe place.
It is. And
yeah, Pinterest is just that girl.
Yeah, I love Pinterest. I owe her my life. And it's like, follow me on Pinterest, I guess. Actually, don't follow me because then you're going to steal everything that I'm into right now.
She says gatekeep.
And there's a bit of a gatekeeper
Girl boss
in me
gatekeep.
still. Yeah.
What's the third one? Girl boss gatekeep.
Gaslight.
Gaslight, girl boss gatekeep. That's what she likes to do.
No,
mine is the gaslighting part. She doesn't gaslight.
And I actually don't gatekeep anymore. I just don't want the stuff, the Etsy jewelry I want to buy to sell out before I can buy it. You know what I mean?
It's like, I'll tell you after I buy it.
Exactly.
But also that, I feel like it's hard to not gatekeep when you get your clothes from thrift stores.
A little, I know. I'm trying to be so transparent about where I got it, and it's like, this is actually the only one that you're going to be able to find out there. Yeah.
You're like, I could tell you the brand, but it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's like, good luck searching eBay for that.
Yeah. Low-key, you know what really works, which I barely found out a couple months ago, and so let me put you on if you didn't know, and maybe this is like a common thing, and you guys are like, come on, Juliet. But Google searching with the image, like searching with the image makes my life so much easier. Like, if I see a purse at a thrift store that I know is like overpriced, I'll search the image of this purse that I just took and it'll like find it for me. Mm-hmm. Like, so many things I found have been because Google searching with images.
And you don't think
don't think about it, but Google it is the most convenient thing ever. And like, if you don't know about that, you need to start doing that, because anytime I don't know anything, I'll just look up a little image and it shows up. Like, technology is crazy. There's just like how you were saying you had like a bunch of followers on Pinterest. Mm-hmm. I guess this could be part of my lore too. Like, in elementary school, all the girlies were obsessed with pic collage. Like, why
I was so obsessed with pic collage.
Like, thousands and thousands of followers on my pic collage, and I literally thought I was famous. Like, like, literally the verified accounts of famous people would be following my pic collage, and I'm like, there's no way that's actually the famous person.
Wow, I can't believe we have this shared experience.
Yeah, except Pinterest is way cooler than pic collage.
No, I also was into pic collage, though.
It's funny. It was like an elementary school thing, though. It's not like anything beyond that. But it's just funny that like I would, you know how like people would do like those colorful edits with like, it just is cringy. It's cringy, but it's funny, and it's part of.
In the moment, it's so iconic.
It is. I literally thought I was so cool. Like,
and I think that's why but
it just goes to show
aesthetics, and we know who we are now, and we always have. Like, we've always been like, whoa, these photos look cool together. That's so me.
That's like, so me, like, so relatable. Yeah, it's just funny that we were little, like, doing that.
Yeah,
like,
thinking I was famous because I photoshopped like a picture that I found on Pinterest.
Literally, it's funny.
Were you ever on Tumblr?
I was, but I didn't understand it. I think I was too little. Like, I tried to get it and I didn't get it. You know?
I did.
Like, I didn't understand it. But I could see that.
I didn't get as big on Tumblr as I did on Pinterest, though. But funny enough, my dad did.
On Tumblr?
Yeah.
I'm so dead. Why?
He like would post stuff about like surfing and coffee, like the same kind of stuff that he posts on his Instagram. Do you follow my dad's Instagram?
I don't.
Okay, he posts a different like coffee meme every single day.
I love
every
that.
single day, my dad posts a new coffee meme.
That's perfect.
It's very endearing, very sweet. Have no idea where he gets them though.
It's a meme or like something he created?
I don't think he created that. Same.
I feel like I need to like create moments for my own lore, because I feel like I'm like,
we need to be doing more to be actively building our lore.
Exactly,
to
tell our kids. Like, what am I gonna say? Like, I was a
that you went to the club.
like baby Juliet. I was a napkin. You know, like, I don't know.
And they're like, okay, Mom, what else?
Yeah, like, you know, back in my day, I also was a flower. I think it's silly.
It's the peak of your theatrical career.
It was, though, and I'm okay with that.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
But we're young. We still have much more lore to build.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like this is a part of our lore.
This is lore in the making right now.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree. So to end this little episode off, we'll talk about like the IE lure and lore, or like the 909 lure and lore. For lure, I think it's pretty obvious. The lure of like Chino is obviously it's in California, so like California girls, the like
Southern California girls,
SoCal specifically.
I love being able to say, yeah, I'm from Southern California.
Yeah,
I'm from California.
Yeah, I go to the beach on the weekends.
Yeah,
like that type of thing. It's like the perfect distance from everything. It's like, okay, yeah, you're in Southern California. I know you don't live by the beach, but in the IE specifically, it's like the perfect distance from everything. Like, it's like 30 minutes from the beach, 30 minutes from the mountains, 30 minutes from the trees, like everywhere from the desert. Like, it's like in the center, but not in the center of the thing. Exactly. It's not like staying in one place. It's like you could go to all these places in one day, which you could do that anywhere in California because it's only like 8 hours long or something. But like, it's convenient.
Because say we did live at the beach, it would take us 3 hours to get to the mountains.
Yeah, like this in this scenario, you live close to everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely adjacent to all the cool places too, and it's underratedly cool. I feel like the IE has a lot to offer that I think people take for granted.
Also, the IE used to be not that expensive, I feel like.
I mean, everything in California is expensive now, but I don't know. I'm grateful for the IE because it allowed my parents to stay in California instead of like having to move to a different state to be able to.
I like the vibes here too. I think like it's so chill.
I think it's so mellow.
It's so mellow
and comfortable.
Where I feel like in other counties, like in Southern California, it's like the vibes are different. Like,
yeah, if you go one county over to Orange County, it seems like
everything's just like high strung. Yeah. And then LA County, it seems like hectic a little, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, different cultures, different people, different things to do there. But that's why I like this one.
Yeah, I think the IE is pretty chill, and I think the IE is a very diverse place.
Oh, definitely.
Like, yeah, I have so many different friends from different like
places and backgrounds,
and walks of life. Yeah, and I just don't think that's accessible in a lot of other places.
Or there's like a majority of one type of person in like a different area, I guess.
You're exposed to so much here, I feel like, and you can learn so much from other people here.
I agree. And I feel like everyone's really, for the most part, open-minded here. Or you can find people that are. It's not hard to find people that are open-minded here. Whereas in other places, I feel like it's kind of overwhelmingly like not like that. Possibly. I mean, I don't know. I've never lived anywhere. Well, I have, but not for like long enough to know. But I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that, I don't know, at least for me, the time that I didn't live in the IE, I deepened my appreciation for it.
Me too.
I realized that like I have had a much different experience growing up
than a lot of
other people.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have a more grounded worldview because of that.
I agree with that, actually. And some people really don't like it and they want to move away, or they want to get away from it.
Yeah, we're not saying we want to be here forever.
It's just like we're just describing the lure, so these are why we do like it. Yeah, obviously it's like nobody's perfect and nowhere's perfect, but this is like the pluses.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of like pride for the IE too.
Yeah.
Like there's this song called the IE Anthem.
And what is
have I never showed you this?
No, you've never showed me.
Oh my gosh, it's a bunch of dudes like listing every single city in the IE and like saying what's special about it, and they go the E. It's so funny, guys. Everyone look up the IE anthem. You're gonna be like, those are my people. You
That's
know?
so
Like,
funny.
I love the IE.
That's so funny.
It's hilarious.
That's too good. But people are prideful here, I feel like. Especially if you get into like the little different cities in the IE, people very much are like.
And I feel like if you're from the IE, you're allowed to criticize it. But as soon as someone who's not from the IE has anything to say about it, I'm like,
okay,
oh, excuse me?
In certain situations, because recently the IE's been under heat for certain like school and political things. I
don't claim that though.
Yeah, so I wouldn't go that far. But I feel like in certain situations, when they're coming for character, I guess.
When people like say it's like
you're talking about more like surface level. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like other things, I would disagree. For IE lore or the 909 lore.
Okay, so IE lore is kind of hard to come up with, just because I don't know all the history of like its founding and stuff. I just know that in Chino, people's like roots in Chino go so far back. Like their families have been here for a really long time. And they take pride in that, you know.
Which I think is cute.
I think it's cool.
That's cute. Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's cool if you could say that you live in the same town as your great-great-grandparents and you went to the same high school as your
parents met at the same high school.
I think there's something really
your best
special
friends are from this. Like, yeah, it's cute.
Mm-hmm. Also, something like a bit of funny lore about the IE is, about Chino is, I get so excited whenever it's mentioned in pop culture because it doesn't happen often.
Oh, yeah.
But when I started watching the show, the OC, I got so excited because the main character is from Chino.
Really?
But they don't depict it as like a good place. They're like, his brother's in the Chino prison, and I'm like, okay, there's more to Chino than the prison, but Chino mentions, so that's a win.
A win, I guess.
Yeah.
Chino also, I feel like, well, it's changed obviously a lot over the years, but I think like part of the lore is that it was like known for like Dairyland and stuff like that. And now it's kind of changing and not really like that as much. Like, it's not like every time I wake up I could smell the cows. Like, that's kind of...
No, that's like in the past.
Yeah, it's a thing of the past. Like, you only smell if you're actually by them. And there's not really even that many anymore.
No, when I was driving down Riverside,
it's because Amazon.
Yeah. Oh my god. Screw Amazon.
I can't even be mad because I buy from Amazon, but it's like...
I don't.
Oh. We don't have that in common. But
mostly it's because I'm logged out of it though.
But yeah, I feel like that's kind of cool. No, I feel like cool something too that people always associate with like Chino is freaking Chino Hills. Like, I'm so sorry.
No, like, we're different.
We're different. We are not the same, okay? Us literally in Chino Hills right now.
No, yeah. When I've told people who aren't from around here that I'm from Chino,
they're like,
the only time they recognize it is Chino Hills, and they're like, oh, the Ball Brothers? No, what? Yeah, maybe put Chino on the map. Let's get people talking about the IE.
Yeah, literally.
Let's build our lore.
Okay. Oh, another thing about lore, this is very personal. It's not really, I mean, everyone's probably done it, but they don't know what it is, okay? There's like this little loop by the park. There's like a little fountain, and it's by the Chafee College, and we call it the Choop, the Chafee Loop. We stole it from our friend, or we didn't steal it. He actually like took us there. He showed it to us, and
but I have claimed it as my own.
I have claimed it as my own too,
and I show it to people, and I'm like, "This is the Choop."
Me too.
I invented it.
I'm like, let's go swoop the Choop. That's what we call it.
It's like when there's nothing to do, you can always swoop the Choop.
Exactly. It's just tried and true, you know.
And basically, you just drive around it as many times as you can before you feel like you're gonna bomb.
It's literally just a roundabout.
That's it.
It's literally a roundabout, guys.
And the fountain isn't even always on. And also, the street is closed right now.
No, I was just gonna tell you that because I was like, oh, I passed right the other day and I couldn't even shoot.
kept forgetting that it was close, and I tried to choop 3 different times. And then I'd get back there and it'd be stuck and I'd have to drive through the blizzard.
You had to go all the way around now.
All the way around.
It's like I can't even do it quick.
I can't
That's
even
so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess any roundabout is technically like, it's a loop, obviously. So wherever you go, this one's special because it's called the Choop.
Yeah.
And we've tried making names for other loops, but it doesn't work as well as the Choop.
No.
The Choop is just. Also, it's even better if you're listening to like British rap while doing it.
That was the original experience.
The original experience. Skepta Slay.
And I think we swooped the Choop 20 times that day, possibly.
Must have been.
It was a lot. I was not feeling too great after
It was so much fun though. That was forever ago also.
Yeah.
But it still
That's
sticks.
lower, yeah.
It still sticks, okay?
Yeah. And that's definitely a Chino monument.
Yeah.
A landmark.
Landmark, the Choop. Us at the Choop. That's funny. Oh, well, that was fun.
That was fun.
Do you have any more?
I don't know. I think that's all the lore I can come up with for
I think so too. There's obviously so much more, and everyone has their own.
It's just like our experiences.
It's just silly, yeah.
But these are ones that we feel like
stick out to us.
Yeah, and they're ones that people probably don't know about us.
I think it's like something, maybe not a lot of people know, and it's kind of funny.
But it's something that has shaped us in a way.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. I would not be who I was today if I wasn't a napkin in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I believe that.
You know?
And I wouldn't be who I am without Pinterest.
And you what?
No, actually.
You wouldn't be who you were without Pinterest?
Yeah, that's not true though.
For me, it is true. I feel like I get a lot of my inspiration from Pinterest.
I do love Pinterest. She's guided me, but I do think I'm my own person without the help of the internet.
Oh, that part. That's what you meant by
that. Yeah.
Well, that was fun. I think I am very clear now of what lure and lore is. Like, I don't think I will get them confused anymore.
Hopefully
me getting them confused during the whole episode, I'm like, lure, lore? No. But now I know what they mean, but they sound the same, okay? But I know the difference now. Yeah, so I understand the difference.
We hope.
Hopefully that cleared things up for you guys
understand
too.
Lure and lore now too, and add those to your vocab maybe. Well, so I think that's all for this episode.
That's all. Thanks for listening to the 909.
Mwah.